updating settings for Twitch. Starting video transmission. Tweet has been posted.
Looks like we should
Recording has
be
automatically started too.
live.
Hey.
Perfect. Yeah. Hi everyone. Welcome to the TechNet Show. A bit later than usual,
Just a tad, but it's
but
okay.
yeah. Oh man, we have something today. Do we
Yeah.
have good news today, Jared?
Potentially good news for Apple and some slightly richer developers.
Okay.
Potentially hilarious news in regards to a particular gaming mouse.
Okay. We both know it's funny until it's not.
No, yeah,
It's funny until it's not.
yeah.
Now that I
Everything
think about it,
else,
everything
no,
is really funny until it's not, isn't it?
yeah. Such is life. Can't separate comedy and drama. It's a very conjoined system.
Yeah. Well, let's get on with our headliner topic. So, Windows 11. So, we could find. So, after a bit, Microsoft has finally said you don't technically need to meet the requirements to install Windows 11 onto a computer. So
Yes.
pretty much it's I believe that's designed for enterprise users that want to kind of test drive Windows 11 before actually making the switch. It's not supposed to be a feature used by normal people, and the biggest reason why is because it disables updates.
Yeah.
You want to say something about
Nothing
that?
big. It's just withholding security updates. It's fine. Who needs security? Live life on the edge.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay. Um, hmm. Where do I go from here? I know where I'm going from here. So, Jared, do you know what the Windows 11 requirements are?
Um, I do recall from the last time we checked on Windows 11, at least on hardware side. I have nothing that supports it. Uh, if I recall correctly, much like I needed an S9 in order to use the phone to PC thing, and I have an S8, I believe, at least processor wise, you need Ryzen 2 and above, and of course, I have Ryzen 1. But the other big thing that that kind of leads on to like why they have this whole thing is, and I think might have caused a shortage or at least a panic buy on it, is the TPM chip. If I recall right, TPM
Yeah,
2.2.0.
TPM. And a lot of people don't even realize that these processors have TPM integrated inside of them, but usually they're disabled.
Oh,
All
yeah.
those poor souls.
Oh yeah, that's rough.
So, yeah, you need a relatively new computer in order to have this supported. I mean, Ryzen 2, Zen 2, came out in
Yeah, wasn't even that long ago. 2018
uh,
maybe. Yeah, 2018. I think it's 2018.
20. Okay, well, we'll go with 2018. 3 years ago?
Or maybe 29. Oh no, I'm sorry. I found a story on Tech Radar from 2019 about the release date. So, if anything, 2 years ago.
Oh wait.
No. Oh no, that was an edit on 2019. What is happening? No? Yes? No? Wiki? Wiki. Is there a wiki?
Okay, yeah, 2019. But Ryzen. Do you know when Ryzen itself was released? Take a guess. Take a gander at that.
Oh, February of 2017 with the release on March 2nd, 2017.
You looked it up.
I did. I just found it. Sorry, that was
So
just off the top of my head. I just happened to get.
so for a 4-year-old processor is considered unsupported by Windows 11. How does that make you feel?
I would go out and get more like new PC parts, but I kind of want to upgrade my graphics card too. And we all know that's not changing until like 2024. So
Oh, well,
it's
I mean,
rough.
to the average user, the user that,
Oh,
quite frankly,
to
doesn't.
the average Doe, to the average Joe. Um,
Yes, tell me what it means to
yes.
dear.
What does it mean to deer? Well, to the deer themselves, I'm sure they don't care. I don't even know if they know what a Ryzen even is. but, but yeah, sorry, kidding. But yeah, for an average Joe, this is yeah, I've seen many a computer that's run well before the age of Ryzen. I mean, well before that whole business, and yeah, it's even if your computer was still on relatively the modern era or still in that usual lifespan of like, okay, you can still get some good use out of it, at least some basic work out of it. It's the fact that it's just yeah, it's just not happening with Windows 11 is just it's really unfortunate. Like of all the reasons to need to like upgrade to any new piece of hardware, it's a little bit unfortunate that I have to be oh, the new OS pretty much tells you you can't use your thing anymore. So there we have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's really hard to say anything about that. I mean, a lot of these people get these computers and expect them to last about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
A long time.
yeah. I
I mean,
believe from my time in retail tech support, apparently the golden standard from my tech support elders is around 5 to 7 years.
yeah. Well, I have an ancient iMac that's a 2013 iMac that seems to haven't it hasn't quite kicked the bucket just yet.
Yeah,
It's
I have a
old.
2012 Dell with a bubble in the screen.
That doesn't count. You have a bubble in the screen.
Yeah,
You have a bubble in the
literally this
screen. The
whole.
trackpad doesn't work. What else doesn't work?
Oh yeah, trackpad doesn't work. Forgot about that. I don't remember what else doesn't work on it. Believe it or not, the hinge has actually lasted. I was expecting that to go first, but apparently no. The screen goes up before the hinge actually does.
I
I
wonder
gotta
where
give
the
them
extra
that.
money went.
Oh yeah, they took it out from everything else, but dang that hinge. I liked that hinge. I wish they. I guess I can see why they don't have it anymore, but I wouldn't mind seeing it come back somehow. I
I
like the
would
hinge.
mind. I don't like that hinge. That
How
hinge is an over-engineered solution for an easy problem.
Oh, come on. You can't tell me you don't love the snap.
I'm not gonna say that, but I'm not gonna deny the fact. You can't deny the fact that it's over-engineered for what it is.
No, yeah. I mean, that's why I like it so much. I love overengineering. But yeah, that's true. For the problem it's addressing, it's overly complicated. Oddly satisfying, but overly complicated.
Yeah. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, okay. So it's not like these people with computers are just gonna, the computers are just gonna stop working because it's gonna work for a very long time from now. Windows 10
Okay.
support ends in end of
That's
life.
it.
I should have seen this one.
Oh, I think from
2025.
oh yeah.
So it still has a good amount of life left. So, assuming that you have a first generation Ryzen, you still can securely use Windows 10 until that point.
Oh yeah.
Until
Until the
after that point, then
bites the dust.
you might you might not be getting your regular updates that you should be getting.
No, yeah. It
And
joins the relics
quite
like my
frankly, I don't
S8.
think that Windows 11 has made enough strides to really merit needing to upgrade.
Hmm.
Windows 11 to me is more of a visual rather than a performance type upgrade.
Oh, yeah. You can almost call it like a 10.1 or like a 10.2 if you're being generous.
Yeah. So even the features that they touted as this is what's gonna make this the next generation for gaming, like direct storage, they backpedaled on that one, and they're going to be making a version for Windows 10 as well.
Uh,
So even their Windows 11 features are coming to Windows 10.
yeah. So it's literally just what skin on it do you want?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I'm not going to say that they're not going to keep releasing features for Windows 11 and then, start to eclipse Windows 10 eventually. But I don't see any deal breaking feature that you need in Windows 11.
No,
Well,
yeah.
that UI though, but other than that,
It is a really nice UI. Get that glass back. Anyway.
that Apple-esque vibe. Hey, I know that people have been knocking on Windows 11 for making it more Apple-like. I think that's a good thing. At
My my
at
only
least,
qualm. Oh, I'm sorry.
go on.
Go forth. No. Go forth. I shall save my qualm.
At least they're not being like the Android manufacturers and copying the bad things that Apple does.
That is true. It is odd to see like all the things that people are like, why would Apple go this route? Oh, yeah, like manufacturers seem to take the exact opposite approach. Like that is genius. I want this everywhere on my phone.
I don't want the headphone jack. It's an extra cost.
Apple did it so we could get away with it too. But yeah. Oh, but yeah. Side note, my only qualm about I have nothing against putting everything into the center. My only qualm is the fact that as more icons get added to the taskbar, the home button inches ever so closer back to its original left center position. Can you put it in
I
the
ha-
center? Can you actually
I
move the
have
home
I
the
have
center
a
center?
counter argument for that. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but I never use the start menu, as in the start button.
No, yeah. Oh, I always
I
go with
u-
the
I use
Windows
Windows
key.
key,
No, yeah. I started readopting the Windows key.
and even at that point, I feel like that center dock would actually make it more. You, it will encourage you to put your icons down there. Right, so
That's
you
true.
have your applications down there rather than going into the start menu anyway.
No, yeah.
So I feel like the way it encourages you to do things is a bit different. Because I
I
don't
can
know
see that.
why the shift is like when I use a Mac, I have
Mhm.
everything on the dock.
Oh yeah, just flood the dock.
Um, I mean, you could make the argument that it doesn't have a good like an application manager, like the start menu. But even if I use a start menu, I always just press Windows key and start typing away.
Oh yeah,
The
usually
Mac
just use it for
equipment
the search.
equivalent would just be Spotlight, which is
Oh yeah,
quite frankly better than
oh, yeah.
Windows.
But yeah,
But yeah, all the
oh
icons still end up on the dock anyway, so
yeah,
I don't know. Something about it being in the middle, it does something.
oh yeah. It grabs your focus. It's all like literal center of attention without actually being straight up in the
You,
center.
you know you know what? I think I know why. Because if it's offset to the left, I know this sounds terrible and completely lazy. But the fact that's all the way to the left, that means that there's a good chance your mouse is going to be on the other side of the screen.
Oh yeah.
So
Huh.
the distance might factor in. And the thought of should I actually press the button or should I do something else?
Oh yeah. Use the good old fashioned Windows key or actually make the effort to go all the way to the left of the screen and then click on the thing and then go
Yeah.
on that whole business.
Yeah, I do like the center dock. I genuinely do enjoy it.
Yeah. I guess I can see that. Oh. Oh, when I press the start menu, I'm assuming by this. I'm not sure if it's related to this picture, but does the menu itself remain kind of front and center, or do you know if it like follows the?
I
Does it follow the
don't
start menu
know.
button? That
I hope.
that.
Actually, I don't know what I hope. Actually, I think I hope that it follows the start button.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think my personally, I tend to flood the taskbar anyway, so I'm assuming whether I center it or leave it on the left, it's gonna end up on the left.
Oh.
So maybe that's not a. Actually, maybe this may have not been it might have been a non-issue all along anyway.
Okay. Okay. This is gonna be difficult for some people here to both understand, and the reason why I'm telling you guys that this is my pet peeve, and I'm glad they're getting rid of it. Have you ever seen the Windows taskbar on the left or the right side of the screen?
The Windows taskbar. Oh, yes. Yes, I have.
Have you ever noticed how badly that scales like that? What do you call the icons on the bottom right?
Oh, the little like
Like
was it
the
their little information
yeah.
business.
You ever notice how it like centers it weirdly and then like kills the aesthetic and it
Yeah.
hurts your soul?
Yeah. So if I go back to my display scene right here, if I have you guys get to see all my icons today. Yeah, we go bottom back and then yeah, everything's all a single line. You can see all your icons. You can see that we have Minecraft and then on the side here you have everything shoved away in an arrow and then the lovely Skype button that no one uses, then your internet and time and all that. And then yeah, shift it over to the right, all of a sudden the bar becomes like 5 times larger. And it's a very I don't know how I like the fact that the notification kind of sits lonely on the thing.
Exactly. That's my point. You know, macOS doesn't have that problem, by the way, because it's just a dock. Arguably, putting it on the left side is the way to do macOS. Just because it gives you more horizontal, not horizontal, vertical real estate.
Yeah,
And it still looks aesthetically pleasing. But Windows,
yeah,
oh Windows, what have you done?
yeah.
The harsh world.
It is a harsh world. What happens if I put it to the right and turn on use small taskbar buttons? That was a mistake. Okay. We don't need to show that. We don't need to go into that.
When you said that, I thought in my mind, I'm like, I think that I had that thought too. And there was a reason why I didn't like it. I don't remember what that reason was.
So to paint the picture for yourself and for the viewers on this stream, basically nothing about this actual size of the taskbar itself
Oh, I
changes.
remember.
However, the icons themselves have scrunched up to a size that's even smarter that seems to be even smaller than the start menu button itself. I don't know how, but I know this is not a thing I want to use again. So
So after seeing that atrocity, are you happy that they disabled support for that?
I I mean I would have rather seen them actually find a way to fix it, but I mean I'm not gonna miss it. That's not something on my radar anytime soon. What happens if I turn it on here? Oh wow.
Oh, and the other thing is if you do multi-monitor setups, it gets weird fast.
Nah, yeah. My second monitor is a TV, so it gets extra weird. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
convinced scaling doesn't properly exist for a TV as the second monitor.
oh, don't worry, scaling doesn't exist. Period in Windows properly. That's why you're not supposed to use two different scaling uh, devices on your computer.
Nah, yeah.
Okay, that's
Got
actually
it.
one of that's my other pet peeve about Windows scaling. I hate it.
Nah,
I
yeah.
hate it so much. Microsoft needs to figure out how to be able to get a 1080p monitor and a 4K monitor to like each other.
Nah, yeah. That's true. I don't know if that's something that they addressed in the
I don't
Windows
think
thing
it
yet.
is.
Yeah, I think
I
the only
know.
thing they've really showed in terms of like external monitor upgrades is the whole like you can unplug it and you can plug it back and it'll like
Oh
repopulate
no,
or
but
something.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing because that's still a great thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I know that I keep bringing up Apple and their perfection when it comes to scaling, but do you know that they got that right from day one?
Yeah, yeah.
From the moment they got Retina displays on their MacBooks, they got scaling down.
Yeah.
And that was in 2013.
No, yeah. I can't argue with that. If we give if we give Apple credit for anything, I apologize, I can't speak tonight, but they're really good when it comes to um, yeah, like the uh modif I can't really say modifiability. The they can maintain their aesthetic really well for a variety of uh, devices.
But yeah,
I guess. I guess that's where the thought process is going.
well, you know why they need to get the scaling working properly when they got the Retina displays.
Uh,
Yeah, it was because when you they're high resolution displays, and of course if you connect like a 1080p display next to it, if you have the same scaling, then it's going to
oh
be
yeah,
like massive icons.
be so wonky.
Yeah. Yeah, Windows still doesn't always do it right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
do you have any hopes that Windows 11 will fix for you? What is
Hmm.
your Windows pet peeve, Jared?
My Windows pet peeve. My Windows pet peeve is however in the world it got installed onto this computer. Nah, nah. Hmm. I don't know what my big issue would be with Windows 10. I know there's something. I can guarantee you there's something. I just I guess it's like a million and one thing, especially in the start menu that tries to catch my interest that have greatly occupied my peripheral vision
Ads?
to the point of non-existence. Yeah, pretty much.
Ads. So,
Ads.
how much money do you pay for this copy of Windows?
I also get the weather, but for some reason I got the weather in Washington. Sorry.
So, how much money did you pay for Windows?
How much was this one? 200 something? No. Yes. No. Yes? 200 something? Am I overballing? Am I underballing? Am
I
I
think that Windows 10 Pro is 200.
oh, okay. I got scanned. uh yeah, I think I just got home. So was it like 80? 90, 80. Two? Never mind.
I think that's like 100.
Oh yeah, 139.99.
Apparently, where you work doesn't sell it anymore.
Oh yeah. We don't have a physical copy of it anymore. Well, not in stores. You can get it online.
So, how?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Whenever I tell people you can buy it online, I always name off the site that they can go to. I almost rattled it off here, which would have ratted out where I work right now. But I can tell you that I initially purchased it physically in store at a Best Buy. So
So, guys, that just means that he doesn't work at Best Buy. So you could cross that off your list.
yeah. So sorry, you will not find me at a Best Buy unless I am
By
either buying
coincidence.
some, either by coincidence, I'm either going there because I need to get me some like new parts, or I have some time to kill and I get to stare at all the parts I can't buy because I don't have money. So either don't
Or
have
stare
money
at the
or it's
parts that they
not.
don't have because they just don't have it.
Yes, I get to stare at the well lit empty shelves of where the graphics cards used to be. RIP. Then I'll go over and stare at the empty shelves where the game consoles used to be.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go stare at a fridge. I don't know. Yeah, they have appliances there. I guess I can look at those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So how do you feel about having ads in your $140 purchase?
It's definitely not ideal. I mean, I'd rather it not be there. I can guarantee you that one. I will say though, you know, we've lived we've lived our lives on the internet, consumed um many a tech article through TechNet Show, and I've watched many a YouTube video in my time. There comes a point in time where everything just kind of becomes white noise and my peripheral is destroyed because I refuse to look at anything beyond the text.
Yeah. Well, that's actually this is something that bothers me. I don't know. I don't mind getting ads if I don't pay for it. Like I pay with ads.
Mm.
I don't mind. I don't mind paying with ads. I mind paying and ads.
I spent money and you're still trying to get me to buy more things? What is this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that bothers me.
I can agree to that. That's that. Yeah, that's a pain. Just want all the monies.
So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Um. So there's reasons why Microsoft says that Windows 11 can't they can't support other ones. Apparently, if you don't meet the minimum requirements, there are 52% more kernel mode trashes. 52% is a large number, isn't it?
Oh yes, it's 2% more than half. It's wild.
Yeah. You want to hear the next number?
Hit me with that number.
So, if they do meet the system requirements, it they have a 99.8% crash-free experience.
Oh wow.
So, let's ask one more question. How much is 52% of 0.2 of a percent?
It's just a tad bit over point 0.1. That's all I got for you without actually trying to get more specific.
So, basically, if you don't meet the system requirements, you only have a 99.7% of a crash-free experience.
Oh, at that point, it might as well just be unusable. Just get the thing out of here. It's just a giant paperweight at this point. 99.7%. Come on now. That's peasant number. Like,
I actually find it funny that I love how they phrase it. Have 52% more kernel mode
hey,
crashes. That sounds like a large number. It really does.
uh, phrase it up in the scariest way possible. You want to make sure, guarantee.
Except they kind of shot themselves in the foot when they said the 99.8% number. If they gave you the 52% without context,
Just
well,
like, oh shoot, that's half of something. I don't want to half increase it by something.
yeah, but unfortunately they did add context, and that context does not help them in the slightest.
Yeah.
On the bright side, that probably means that you're going to get less blue screens of deaths.
Oh, that's always a plus.
BSODs.
Yeah. Now with a sad face. Yeah, I guess that's been here for a while. Is that
Okay,
for me?
well,
It's a sad face of death, mate.
I think it is. Yeah. So, okay, so they are claiming all these requirements due to reliability and security. I think that they're doing this because of the money.
Oh yeah. I mean,
But,
when are they never doing it? Because
I mean, more PC sales means that older devices get phased out. More people, buy more computers. Their vendors win, Microsoft wins, everyone wins except for the people throwing away their computers.
no, yeah. So like, I need to get into Windows 11, but I've been told my Ryzen 1 ain't gonna handle it. So I need to chuck it out, get a new one.
But I think that there's also a second thing to this. I feel like maybe just just maybe um they're doing this so people have a good experience on Windows 11.
I can see
I
that.
think that Microsoft might be trying to curate the experience just a bit more.
Hmm. They're trying to make sure that the optimal experience is at the very least the minimum experience.
Yeah. So you know how there's a there's a lot of Windows computers out there that are not a joy to use.
No, yeah.
I would never wish them upon my worst enemies.
No, yeah. I've seen computers of all shapes and sizes, of all walks of life.
Yep.
I can guarantee you,
And
your old little dinosaur computer that's still, for some reason, still running Windows ME is not going to survive halfway through the download of Windows 10, let alone be able to use it.
well, yeah, I
But
feel
yeah.
like Microsoft is trying to take a bit more control over that because I mean all of Apple's computers are some form of good.
Mm.
So I feel like that really helps their reputation
Oh, yeah.
because you don't get people saying it's slow. It's you know, I had a bad experience because well, first of all, they're all premium products. Second of all, they all have decent specs in them.
Oh, yeah. That's true. You'll never find a MacBook that's trying to run off of like either ancient hardware or incredibly slow hardware.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like Microsoft is trying to do. They're just trying to make sure that Windows is able to stand on its own 2 feet. It's not. It doesn't give like people too many complaints while using it.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that's just what I kind of assume with this one.
yeah. I could see that being the main reason they pitch out during like like meetings and talks about Windows 11. Get all the make it seem like we're just trying to curate the thing. But yeah, I'm sure our back end of it is like, oh yeah, by the way, it just also makes us a lot of money on that too.
Yeah,
What a happy accident.
such a happy accident.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's move on to our next story. It's getting a bit late. So as our resident programmer, why don't you take us on the mouse trail?
Oh, we're going to the mouse. We're going to the mice. All right. Sorry, I was ready to segue through like a large bit of money. But I'm down to talk about because we are still talking Windows and security. We're talking about any of the
Ironically,
rest of
after this talk about how great Windows 11 security is going to be,
it.
or supposedly supposed to be.
No, yeah. Kind of fix. Well, alright. So, yeah. Alright. So, if you've ever gotten yourself, well, a mouse, especially a gaming mouse, I think in most cases they usually come with some kind of like, is this related to or oh, um, I guess this is. Sorry, I'm trying to quickly read through this because I'm trying to remember how this went. Uh, oh well, coming to the point. If you ever gotten yourself a Razer gaming mouse, I'm assuming Razer gaming products. I'm assuming, I guess. Sorry, I'll stick with the Razer gaming mice before I shoot myself in the foot with trying to broaden this out too much. Essentially, if you get yourself a Razer gaming mice, most likely you'll have to download yourself this Razer gaming software. I think Razer Synapse. The only tiny little bit of issue with the Razer Synapse software is that yeah, it gives it gets a little deep into the root systems, and one would like, um, and as Ars Technica nicely puts it in the was it in the undertitle, uh, the nice little installer could expose your system shell to any happy-go-lucky person who has installed their Razer mice into their computer, more or less.
So
You
the
wanna?
weird thing about Razer software is that first of all, you don't if you actually plug a Razer mouse into when you're running a standard account, it will install the driver like any other device that you have. Like if you plug, your keyboard in, it'll install the driver. If you plug your USB drive in, it'll install the driver. Except with the mouse, it installs a bit extra. It also installs that Synapse software as Jared was talking about. So it installs that. However, in one of the dialogues, you're able to browse like an installation location.
Mm,
However, that window gives you access, pretty much administrator access to the system. Because
uh,
this driver installation was instigated by the system itself rather than your user account. Well, of course, that dialogue would be under the system user rather than your own.
no, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if this is a problem that I should blame Microsoft for or something that I should blame Razer for. Okay, okay. I've always assumed that pre-installed drivers should always be the most basic form of the driver.
Mm.
I've always believed that. And then here's this one software that's like, hey, we're just going to install everything all at once.
Everything you'll ever need for your gaming mouse, so you can get all that RGB goodness.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, but it is what it is, and I don't know. I feel like Microsoft shouldn't be allowing this stuff inside of their catalog.
No,
You have a
yeah.
thought on it?
No, yeah. Seems like a bit much to be throwing into especially through the initial driver stuff. Um, just get the yeah, like you said, just get the bare minimums in for the mouse. Just make sure everything's working properly, and yeah, always provide the option to if you ever want to install Synapse at a later time. Get a little bit extra goodness out of your RGB and all your extra buttons and whatnot, then yeah. But yeah, I'd probably leave the automatic driver stuff just to your basic run of the mill. Like I can move the mouse and left click and all that, and it can light up. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just an unfortunate thing. I'm disappointed. I
Eh,
expected more. And I find this ironic considering their claims to the security fame with Windows 11.
no, yeah.
So, speaking of security and Microsoft, so Microsoft doesn't just make Windows. They also operate a platform called Azure. It does a lot of things from machine learning to storage to virtual machines to databases. Yeah, it pretty much does everything cloud related. However, there was a flaw in one of their database software. Microsoft's Azure's Cosmos DB data. What? Well, I think that there's a flaw in this article.
What is that? Cosmos database?
Yeah. So for those that don't know, DB usually stands for database. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess technically that full thing is a product. So I guess you would add database at the end one more time because it's a product name.
I guess it's the Azure Cosmos database, specifically the database product. Yeah, I guess. I don't know
Sure,
why you
that's
can't just
a
say product. I don't know. Or you can
yeah.
just omit DB on. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway,
Copyright issues, trademark issues.
sure. Oh, in any event.
Yeah. Um it they basically it left about 3,300 customers open to unrestricted access by attackers. Yeah. So a few clients of this is CocaCola,
You might have heard
Liberty
of them.
Mutual Insurance, ExxonMobil, and Walgreens.
Walgreens.
So pretty much this is a file that gives unrestricted access to everything that they have. Which, as many of you might know, is pretty terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about as small of a flaw as the size of these companies.
What are you talking about? Coca-Cola. It's tiny.
Who's ever heard of CocaCola?
I heard that they're a hip new company, right?
I know. I think they managed to sign a deal with some other independent contractor like McDonald's and stuff. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing them in stores at some point. Curious to see how that's going to turn out.
Yeah. They'll be at Walgreens.
Yeah. Also gotta go find me a Walgreens. They seem to be pretty hole in the wall kind of place. Seem like something I'd find in maybe like a random corner here and there. Who knows?
Okay. But
Yeah.
it's better than what they did with CVS's in Hawaii. We don't have CVS pharmacies in Hawaii. We
Yeah,
have
we kept
Long's drugs.
Long's drugs.
But don't let it fool you. they're CVS's in disguise.
Yeah. There's still CVS pharmacy. Don't get it wrong, but
Is there
long
actually a
strugs
CVS
dangerous.
pharmacy in Hawaii?
I actually don't know if there's like yeah like a
I
standalone CVS
I don't think
pharmacy.
that there is. I'm
I
pretty
think
sure that
I
in Hawaii they're all Longs branded.
yeah. I think even if you were to look up CVS pharmacy, Google will, Google can still call them CVS pharmacy, but the map doesn't lie. It's still long strugs.
Yeah. I think that I think that they're all just long strugs. I think that's just a Hawaii name for them.
Yeah. So if you
I
ever
mean,
come
when
down to Hawaii and you're like freaking out because you can't find yourself a CVS pharmacy, it's
go to
long
Walgreens.
strugs. Go to Walgreens. Walgreens is still Walgreens. That has not changed.
Yeah. The story behind that is a long time ago we actually had long strugs that was independent, and then CVS bought them,
Yeah. Like, can
and
we at
then I
least keep
guess
the name?
CVS kind of is like, well, you know what? Long strugs has like a massive marketing presence in Hawaii already. We might as well just
Yeah.
keep it.
Sounds too expensive to change all of their long drugs into CVS pharmacies. So
I
long
mean, they
drugs
pretty
it is.
much have turned it into CVS pharmacies.
That's true, but only internally. We will still and forever know it as Long's drugs.
Yeah.
Still got those long receipts though. That has not changed.
I don't think that actual long strugs had long receipts back in the day. I don't completely remember, but I don't think that they did.
It could be. Yeah, it might have been the telltale sign that they've switched over to CVS when this receipt's starting to become like was it spanning like halfway across the island for like a pack of gum. So
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, okay, so this vulnerability was is not known to be exploited. But the scary thing about an exploit like this, I'm assuming that whoever accesses it would probably be able to cover their footsteps.
no, yeah. Yeah, it seemed like the very big exploit. It seems like it's been unseen for quite a good amount of time. So it does offer does offer a chance that this might have that someone could have walked in, taken what they wanted, or what they needed, and yeah, found a way to take their time to recover up and go on their merry way.
So, so you know I've always advocated for companies that get hacked. It's like I've always said that there's no reason to not go with a company after they've been hacked, because well, if they have a good response, everything, and you can it's an inevitability for a big company to get hacked.
No, yeah. So for
However,
a
I've
matter,
been noticing a pattern with Microsoft.
no, yeah. They've been getting into a lot of security issues recently.
Like SolarWinds, Exchange, ransomware, printer flaws, Razer.
Pretty fast. Yeah, we just talked about our entire storyline, our entire night tonight. This past hour has been dedicated to Microsoft and their relationship to security in some way, shape, or form. And I don't
I
think we've
mean,
gotten to anything good.
SolarWinds. Okay, there's an argument to be made that there was nothing that Microsoft could do, but they chose SolarWinds.
Yeah.
So whatever. But yeah, there's just been so much this year with Microsoft getting hacked multiple times.
No, yeah. It's starting to become a real big question mark over there.
Yeah, I normally advocate for companies like this, but I don't know. It's hard to, especially with this happening so often.
Yeah, a lot of things are being found out in very short periods of time. It almost feels like it's inevitable that we're gonna hear another security-related thing from Microsoft in like a week or two.
Yeah. Hey, at least Facebook only got one scandal and they were done after that.
Hey, yeah.
Facebook, we learn. Oh, we learn.
Oh, we learned. Scrutiny was real. They got hit.
No.
Yeah, they got that same vibe of like a Microsoft recovering from a '90s lawsuit.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We good. We're good now. Let's
Let's make sure that never happens again.
yeah. You know, I don't think that Google has gotten hacked recently.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything in quite a while of Google getting hacked. I mean, I've heard lawsuits every other day, but that's just par for the course with Google.
Yeah. I know that Apple's has a pretty spotless history.
No, yeah. I think yeah, if anything, they've only had like what, like one or two like real like major.
Well,
It was
even then, those were phishing attacks.
yeah,
They weren't true, you know. Well, I mean, I guess you could call phishing hacking. It's a form. It's an art
yeah,
form.
yeah. But it's not like anything like major like these ones.
It's not it's not something that you expect the company to protect you against.
No, yeah, it's
I mean,
just out there.
I hate to say this. If you get pushed, it's on you, buddy. It's on you.
Don't take the bait, I swear. There's a lot of bait out there. You gotta be careful. Practice internet etiquette, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of my stance on that. I mean, I normally like advocating for it, but Microsoft is making this difficult.
No, yeah. It's getting tricky. It's getting tricky to recommend. We shall continue to keep close eyes on this.
Well, speaking of keeping close eyes on things, Apple. We're moving on to the other company. Apple settles an agreement with developers for $100 million settlement. You know, if $100 million was said in any other context, I feel like that would be a lot of money. But you say Apple and $100 million, it just doesn't have the impact.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to it's kind of a major context when you're talking about $1 trillion company Apple giving out $100 million.
Yeah. So this is not like that main lawsuit that we always talk about, the Epic one. This is a push made by small app developers. Um, they were like angry about like the same things as the Epic is, like, you know, the in-app system, the 30%, stuff like that. Yeah. I almost nothing came out of this. So pretty much
Right.
what I believe came out of this was that Apple clarified the rules about being able to send emails to people about other payment methods, which was technically already allowed.
Yeah, pretty much from what it sounds like, it's just they gave them $100 million and a reminder that hey, you can email people about other options,
You know,
or I guess you can tweet about it.
this really feels like Apple just wants this done. They want this swept under the table. I feel like they just don't want to give Epic any more ammunition
No, yeah,
because
they already have. Yeah,
I feel like if they decided to, push on with this case, I don't think that even though these are like the small developers, I don't think that they want to be fighting a multi-faced fight.
mm, yeah. Last thing you need to. Oh yeah. Also, last thing you need to have is just you're battling this small battle against this class action lawsuit with smaller developers. All of a sudden, they find their aha moment, and all of a sudden, Epic sees said aha moment, and they're like, "Oh, oh, we're gonna capitalize on it."
Well, it's not just
But yeah,
that. I mean, if one side creates any precedent at all, I mean,
yeah, yeah,
that means that the other side needs to follow through with it.
yeah. The other side has much stronger legs to stand on, especially if either one of them were to gain a win.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Apple's still being Apple, and I I really feel like this is the Apple knows what they're doing. There's no way they would settle something like this unless they knew what they were doing.
Nah,
I've always seen Apple as more of a petty company that would fight, except they're not this time.
nah, nah. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's, yeah, in this case, the risks kind of outweigh the any reward they could get from this kind of fight. Like, just settle it, just get it done. We've got bigger fish to fight right now. We don't
Yeah,
we don't need this.
Epic.
Yeah, that one's.
And
I'm
the
going
funny
to.
thing is, I think that Apple might be terrified of Google's probes. Google's antitrust claims.
Oh yeah,
I think that Apple's terrified of that
oh yeah,
because if Google's gets found out for monopolistic behavior, I think that they might turn on. I think that they believe that they might turn on Apple next.
I could see that. If you gotta go for anyone else after Google, yeah, I would assume Apple's your next big target.
And especially since they have very similar practices. If Google gets pinged on anything to do with the App Store, Apple has less ground to stand on because of the fact that, you know, there's no way to sideload stuff.
No, yeah, I could see that.
So, yeah.
Your fate hangs
Um,
in the balance of a battle that you're not even fighting right now.
well, other people that aren't fighting right now are people in China.
Ah, well, that's a segue.
Um, China's banning online gaming for minors unless it is between 8 and 9 p.m. on the weekends. So pretty much during the weekends, kids get 1 hour of video games in a very specific time frame.
8 to 9 Friday, Saturday, Sunday. At least you also get an hour on holidays.
You, you know, I can't. This is getting very ridiculous. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, that's a crazy, that's a pretty crazy time limit on that one.
No. Uh, I mean, it's not. I mean, then I don't know. They see the gaming as like a social ill, and well, stuff like that. That I don't know. I don't get it. I'm sure that people over there understand. I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So 8 to
you
9 is
know,
oddly specific. It's like,
I don't actually
yeah.
have much else to say about this one.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Well, I think that's all we have for today. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.